In this video, I want to show you how to use the comparator tool for the Equity Advancer loan. First thing we're going to do is figure out if we're talking about a purchase or a refi. So let's say someone is looking at doing a purchase. Right now there's only the 1 month adjustable option, so we select that. Most people select a 3.25% margin. Now the interest rate is going to be a combination of the margin, which you can buy down, and the index, which changes every month. 3.75 is closer to par, so it kind of means you don't have to pay to get that. But the pricing's so good on this product, most people go a half point lower. Their interest rate's always a half point lower, so let's go with that. Let's say someone is buying a $1 million home and they're putting 20% down. So the line amount is 800. The initial draw is 800,000. And we're going to compare it to a 30-year fixed, let's say at 6.5%. Great. So once we've done that, we hit continue and it takes us to deposits. One-time deposit. This means how much is sitting in your checking or savings account that if you had an Equity Advancer loan, it would make more sense to be in the Equity Advancer. So let's say someone's got $50,000 that they don't want to lock up in the equity of the house. They could have put it down, $250,000 down, but instead they just put $200,000 down. And then they dump $50,000 into the product once it's up and running. Repeat deposit, this is like how much do you make every month? So let's say someone makes $15,000 a month and their spouse has a part-time job and they make $3,000 a month. Great. So it'll begin to calculate already. Don't worry about that yet because we're not quite ready. You could also go in here and add other repeat deposits. So if you got quarterly bonuses or end of year bonuses, you could put that kind of stuff in like, hey, yeah, I get a $2,500 bonus in month 12. You could put that in there. I'm not going to do that, but you could put that in there. So once your income's in, hit continue. Then you go over to spending. Now, if you want, the easiest thing is just to dump it all into other. So $18,000 a month is hitting your checking account. You can say we spend about $10,000 of that per month. So it's going to say there's $8,000 residual funds, meaning after the deposits hit the checking account, all the bills are paid, about $8,000 is left over. Let's say you spend $12,000. It's going to automatically repopulate all of this for you. So let's see what happens in the case where someone makes $18,000 a month and they only spend 50% of that. Well, over here now we can see comparing the Equity Advancer to a conventional loan at 6.5%, they're saving $744,000 in interest expense, and they're saving 20 years of payments. Their total interest paid is $276,000 instead of $1.02 million. Down here is going to be a breakdown, and here's the reason it's so powerful. Because in a conventional loan, you're paying 3% of the principal per year. Over here, you're tripling that. So 6.5% at 30 years creates total interest paid at 128%. Who cares what your interest rate is? Your effective interest paid in the Equity Advancer is 35%. Now, you can also begin to look at the paydown schedule, the comparison paydown schedule. I would encourage you just to click Print Client Report because that will show you all of this information. So here's the stuff that we've already looked at. Here's the comparison of time. This is going to show you some more of the info that we've already looked at comparing the two. And then it's going to show you the paydown schedule. And I think this is always worth looking at because some people might say, 30 years is too long. Well, let's just go to 5 years. So look 5 years from now, 60 months, in the Equity Advancer on a $1 million home with a 20% down payment and an Equity Advancer loan. Look at what you still owe on the house. So you owe $423. So let's say that the house didn't appreciate at all in 5 years and you sold it. Well, you're going to net what? $577,000 before you pay realtors. You're netting $577,000 when you sell it in this product. Let's see what happens in a conventional loan. Conventional loan, month 60, you owe $750,000. You're netting $250,000 before you pay realtors. So in just 5 years, you are $250,000 better off if you sell a house. That's how much more principal has been paid down in one product versus the other. This tool is very powerful. You can always go back and you can manipulate things. You can say, What if my spouse quits their job? What does that do to it? It'll show you. What if I get a raise? So I love this tool. It's a killer tool. Run your numbers. If you want me to jump on with you anytime, reach out and I'm happy to help you run your numbers. And if you want to run your numbers and send me your report and then let's hop on a call and talk about it. This is a killer product. I know it's not right for everyone, but it is right for everyone to know about.